Boy, how are you doing? Hey, in this video I would like to give you an explanation on what exactly is the energy body, or so-called your chakra system, which can influence many different kind of areas in your life. There are like 7 basic chakras within your body, but there are also like a few more above your head, which connects you to something much greater than what we can ever comprehend. Anyway, let's dive straight into this video, and of course I will also share a solution with you. Like if you currently feel a little bit stuck in life, you feel anxious or worried or fearful, or something that makes you feel very stressful or disconnected from the present moment, where you can feel more centered within your own self, more grounded, more connected within your own self, then of course I got a solution for you as well to work with me one-on-one. Anyway, let's go and let's dive straight in. Now, before we do that, let me quickly share a little bit of my background, because in my teenage years I grew up in a broken family where there was like kind of forms of narcissism going on and a lot of aggression, violence and such. So when I came out of my college and I joined a job in the shipping industry, I started to struggle with a lot of anxiety, depression, and I really wanted to prove my worth through accomplishments and build this status and false identity. I kind of had like a crisis going on with knowing who I am. I knew I had to do something greater than what I was currently doing, but I couldn't really describe it. So I thought, okay, so maybe I should start my own business and make a lot of money. And while doing so, I used to go through a lot of stress, and eventually I completely burned myself out. And that really got me on a path of discovering, or I would like to call remembering, my true self, my sense of authenticity, and what is that I really came here to do. Like the darkness I have been through. What is the end of the polarity? What is the light that exists inside myself and that I can share to the world? Anyway, it has been a very interesting journey. Over the last years I completed different kind of courses regarding to spiritual development, coaching, healing, ancestral healing, Reiki. So also I would like to share something about that as well. Anyway, let's talk about your energy body, your chakra system. Besides your physical body, we have a mental body, our thinking and such, together with your emotional body, and through your feelings, through your emotions, you can get in touch with your energy body. It's like kind of like your aura, or that's kind of like circulating around your physical body, your spirit, which we cannot see with our 5 basic senses. But some of us, we have developed through a spiritual practice, probably an opening or an initiation into the 6th sense, our intuitive abilities, which can feel much more what the eye cannot really see. And this has been going on, of course, for centuries, but now we start to kind of approve it more in a mainstream way as well. Anyway, the 7 chakras. Let's first begin with the earth chakra, which is actually not really mentioned in this 7 chakra system, but that's like below your feet, and that's where you can feel like very grounded and connected to the earth. All right, the earth below your feet contains some very, very powerful meridians as well. Then we go up into the base chakra, or the root chakra, which has everything to do with feeling a sense of stability and belonging, and that you feel connected to the earth, and that you feel like, okay, I have a role here on this planet, all right, and that I belong here. Okay, so it has a lot to do with feeling safe, secure, feeling grounded. And if that is out of balance, then what you might be struggling with is not knowing exactly where you belong, where you fit in, what kind of work to do. Can people see my worth? Do I see my own worth? Do I actually have value to give? And then you might struggle with finding a way around work, career, and of course that influences your finances as well. So struggles regarding to money plays a big role when this is out of balance. Now, the second one is the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra has a lot to do with emotional intelligence, emotional stability, expressing your creativity. It is also your sexual energy. So if this is out of balance, then it might be very difficult to, get in touch with your own emotions, and express these emotions, okay? And you know, it's also getting in touch with your creative abilities. You know, a lot of people, they find it difficult to express themselves in a creative way, or they cannot really create in a positive way. Or of course, some might have struggles when it comes to their sexuality. Now, the third one, here's the solar plexus. The solar plexus has everything to do with confidence, personal empowerment, self-esteem, and you know, really showing up in the world, making things happen. You know, these first three chakras, these base chakras, has to do with, you know, with really feeling grounded here on this earth. Okay, so really finding your way here. A lot of people, they kind of like are just here in this base consciousness. You know, it's kind of like survival consciousness as well, if it's out of balance, of course. But if it's within balance, then it can be a very creative energy, you know, where you can really get out in the world and making things happen, and where you can feel passionate and driven and excited and expressive as well. So these are like a couple very powerful chakras that of course has to be in balance. Now the fourth one, this is kind of where we currently are shifting into, which is the heart chakra. The heart chakra is about unconditional love for ourselves, and that we can also give to others. It's kind of like, you know, like if you learn to open up the heart chakra, it's kind of like where you start to fill your own glass of consciousness. You start to purify it with, you know, light, love consciousness, and then it starts to purify your glass, your spirit, and eventually it starts to flow over to the world. And that's really where you can start creating true abundance for yourself, right? Abundance in every aspect of your life, not just financially, but abundance in joy and love and satisfaction, fulfillment, and so on. So it's all about giving, right? Giving without conditions or expectations. Now, this is kind of where we currently are shifting into. We still have a long way to go, because everything that we are trained to do is to do something within conditions. Like, I do this for you, but I expect this in return. We see it in personal relationships, in jobs, career, businesses, and so on, right? I do this for you, I expect this for you. Okay, I expect this in return from you. Of course, we need to have some sort of trading value system, but sometimes we can experience a greater sense of satisfaction and fulfillment when we just start to give and help, because then we actually start to feel like we are connected to something greater than ourselves. It's kind of like, you know, if you would like to describe it in a poetic way, it's like where the tiny little drop of water starts to remember itself, or you know, it starts to reconnect itself with his ocean. And as long as this tiny little drop of water serves this ocean, then this ocean of infinity will give back in abundant and unexpected ways. This is really where synchronicity starts to happen for you. Anyway, I'm quite passionate about this topic. There's much to talk about this. My entire YouTube channel, blog, everything goes about this topic. But kind of let's go and move on. Which is the throat chakra. The throat chakra has everything to do with communications, with self-expression, speaking out your truth. The thing is, many of us, we have struggled with broken relationships where the other had power over us and were trying to take power away from us, and maybe they used to shame us or abuse us in an emotional, mental way, right? They start to give guilt to us, right? And they start to mess up our sense of self or personal identity, and then we don't know anymore who we really are, because we cannot get in touch with our feelings. And the reason we cannot get in touch with our feelings is because, you know, we have blocked ourselves from that in order to survive, right? It has become a survival mechanism. It's like a thick armor, you know, that we have built around ourselves. It's like a soldier that goes to war that needs armor in order to protect itself. But sometimes a relationship can feel like a war zone as well. Narcissism, or having a relationship with a sociopath or anything like that, right? Who lack empathy, who lack sympathy, and who influence us in such a way where, you know, it feels like that environment becomes like a war zone. It feels like a prison where there's no end, you know, you cannot escape from it, and that will completely block your throat chakra, where you cannot express yourself anymore. It also will mess up your entire system, especially your solar plexus, because your entire personal power will be stripped away from you. If you have it in balance, then you can, you know, speak out the truth, communicate clearly, know exactly what you want, you know, or say what you don't want. You know, you can really show yourself in an authentic way. This is really where authenticity can flourish. Now, let's move up the 6th chakra, which is the third eye chakra. The third eye has everything to do with vision. Vision internally, right? Intuition, your intuitive abilities, to get really in touch with your, you know, with your knowing, right? Your deepest sense of knowing exactly before it actually happened, right? This is also a great way for, you know, tuning into others, right? Empathy, sympathy, compassion, together with the heart chakra. Then the crown chakra, I would like to say it's, you know, this is like the portal to the universe. This is where all your inspiration starts to flow in, your insights, you know, deep spiritual insights. Like, okay, so this is now what I should be doing, right? This is the direction I should go into. So again, works very beautiful with intuition as well. Now, if any of these are out of balance, you know, you will notice that in your day-to-day life, right? I mean, if you lack inspiration, lack of insights, deep inner insights, you know, you're blocked. Most people are kind of blocked, because most of us, we are like, you know, kind of like messing around in our the first 3 base chakras, which has everything to do with, you know, survival consciousness. That's where most of us are at. So if any of these are kind of out of balance, then there are many things you can do about it. First of all is, of course, you know, a very solid practice of mindfulness meditation and self-reflection, journaling, you know, because we have so many thoughts and feelings going on, and most of these thoughts, we are not even aware of that, but they are influencing very much our current reality. So whatever is currently going on in your life, you know, chaos perhaps, or kind of circumstances that you may identify as unpleasant, then always ask yourself, like, okay, so what was I thinking, you know, or what was I feeling that created this in the first place? And then start to dig up from all your past experiences, what you have gone through, what kind of feelings it produced, what kind of, you know, belief system it produced, and that can, you know, dig up your current patterns, right? Your behavioral patterns, your habits and such, right? Your kind of thinking system, right? And if you bring awareness to that, then you can go to, let's say, a step of embracing it, accepting that. And once you have done that, it's like, you know, you can forgive a part of yourself, right? Or forgive others. That's really where you can, you know, integrate more compassion for yourself, and where you can start to feel more connected to, you know, what's currently what is, you know, is where you can learn to step above your lower self, which is much more, you know, your unconscious survival behavior. So that's not a very powerful practice. Another powerful way is, of course, is to work with an energy healer who can give you, let's say, a Reiki session. Because with Reiki, which is a very beautiful way of, you know, working with a facilitator who have done their spiritual work for so long and who have been initiated in that, to just let universal energy help you to kind of purify your energy fields, right? What I already mentioned, you know, is like these tiny little splinters that are in your energy field that are keep vibrating their negativity, that is constantly influencing your way of thinking, your thought forms, and your way of feeling. If you work with someone who can help you to work as a facilitator to, you know, bring this energy forward, then you can start to feel more at peace with yourself, or, you know, you start to feel more rejuvenated or re-energized. And that's a very beautiful way as well to, you know, to raise your consciousness, to raise your vibrational frequency, and to align yourself with who you really are. Okay, So that's kind of the solution that I currently want to offer, that if you want to work with that, what I do is I work with people around southwest London and parts of the Surrey area, where I visit them in their own comfort of their own home. I bring my own Reiki table and then we have like a 1-hour session and we go through that. Another thing is I can also do Reiki on distance, which works actually great if you have already done, let's say, you know, a hands-on healing. But you know, this energy goes beyond, you know, physical matter. So it's like connected with the energy field we are all connected with. So Reiki is also working in that way. Okay, so if this is something you would like to explore, or you would like to first have a chat with me and discuss what it is that you're currently at, or where you want to be, or what you would like to experience in the next phase of your life, then also feel free to reach out to me and let's have a little chat and let's see what we can do together. All right, so Jean-Paul here, hope that was helpful, and hopefully I can meet you very, very soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye.